I met many homeless people in Western country. Many of them are young people. Some of them are old people. Some of them have some health problem. But many of them are so smart. How can normal and smart people become homeless or jobless? And now, everywhere, we can see many people become jobless. Even they're normal and smart too. That means there's something wrong with the system that we have now. The system is not right. Because humans are very clever animal. Every animal in the world, they can find food easily anywhere. They can find their own shelter easily anywhere. They can have freedom in their life. But why human cannot be like that? There are so many people who become jobless and then they think they have no freedom. They need to looking for a job. They look for a job. If they cannot get a job, that means they have no food to eat, no place to stay, no money to go see doctor. Why we create the system that we have to rely on the system only? It creates a lot of suffering for a lot of people in the world. Because of the system itself is not stable at all. The system depends on so many factors to make the system alive. If something happens, it impacts the system immediately. For example, if we have no petroleum, no electricity now, the whole system will collapse. All people in the system will become jobless. If the economics have problem or the money collapse, all the system going to collapse. And then everybody will have the big impact because everybody rely on the system. We can see now only one virus, but it can create a big impact to make people, the whole world become jobless and make many big business collapse. We can see that this system is not stable. Why we still rely on this system? Why we still think that we will be more stable if we depend on this system? I think the pandemic that happened in the world right now, we learn so much. We learn about the unstable of the system. We can see in Thailand and in many countries that we still have the wisdom of self-reliance. We have less problem, less impact from the crisis, from this crisis. In Thailand, when the business have problem, they cannot have business anymore. They fire all worker. Most of people went back home in the country. When they went back home, they have house there. They have pond with a lot of fish. They have fruit trees. They have trees. They have vegetable. They have family. So they don't suffer much. Many people feel like there's nothing changed, there's no crisis, there's nothing happened. Many villages in Thailand now, people don't even know that What is the impact of the crisis, the virus crisis right now? Many people think, oh, it's good, I can come back home. It's good time that I can be with my family. Because many of them haven't seen their kid for many, many years. But because of the business closed down, so they have to come back home. So they came back to see the family. They enjoy relationship, the warm feeling from being together. Many people think, oh, I'm so lucky that I can come back to eat the big fish from my pond after they eat junk food in the city for many years. They can come back at home. They eat very yummy, fresh vegetable from their farm, their land. So this is the lesson that we learn, that we need to have our roots. Our root is we need to be able to rely on ourselves in about food, shelter, daily needs, and medicine. So if we have this root strong, we will be stable, more secure than normal. If we have the stable root, if we have land, small piece of land with fish pond, with fruit tree, with trees, this is the stable root. We don't need a lot of time to take care of this part. And then we have time to do what we want to do. We can do business. We can become worker in somewhere, or we can be artists. We can be government official. We can do anything. But our root is here. So when the crisis happens, whatever happened with the system, we can come back home. This is like the best insurance in our life. But most of people now, we were trained to not have a root. They cut off our root. So we were trained to rely on the system, the money system. But the money system is so fragile. It's so vulnerable. It's not stable at all. So now is a good time. It helps people come back to think again. What is the meaning of security? What is the meaning of stable life? I think come back home. Come back to make the root strong and secure. This is the most important part of our life.